What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, lies exposed again. Undefeated, 5-time world champion, 3-division world champion, superstar boxer, who is considered one of the faces, one of the cash cows of the sport of boxing. Gervonta Tank Davis, 30 wins, no losses, 1 draw, 28 wins by way of knockout. Gervonta Tank Davis takes to social media again because he's getting a lot of criticism and a lot of heat for not doing the immediate rematch after his March 1st showdown at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, against WBA super featherweight, now lightweight star title contender Lamont Rose Jr., where they fought to a controversial draw. But I get it, because the Premier Boxing Champions, better known as the PBC, could not offer the guaranteed money that YouTube sensation turned professional boxer Jake Paul, who is 12 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 7 wins by way of knockout, and Netflix are offering, which is about a $30 million guaranteed purse, whereas the PBC is offering a $5 to $7 million guaranteed purse for the rematch with Lamont Roach. Well, that's a no-brainer when you look at it from that standpoint, right? Because at 30 years of age, he can always revisit the Lamont Roach fight. Not to mention, he told us immediately following the controversial draw with Lamont Roach that he wasn't rematching Lamont Roach immediately, that he was going to indeed have another fight that was already planned, and then he'll revisit Lamont Roach down the line. So people are getting upset about this, but he already told us what it is. But he also told us that, so we got to take him for his word. He also told us that he was retiring after this year. Y'all could have the number 1 spot. I'm done with the sport of boxing. That's what he said, right? And we got to take him at his word. Well, now his fans are getting at him, and he's not happy, and he's going back at his fans. And now he says this, quote, "Like I said before, I have a 6 to 7 fight deal, and that little dude, I'm paraphrasing, house cat from Newark is in it." And he's talking about Olympic silver medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified super featherweight, and reigning WBC lightweight world champion, superstar boxer Shakur Stevenson, who is 24 wins, no loss, no draw, 11 wins by way of knockout. So he's saying that little alley cat, I'm paraphrasing, is in the contract. And he's still saying he have a 7-fight deal. Well, if you had a 7-fight deal, okay, like he's saying he has a 7-fight deal. If you have a 7-fight deal, like you're saying, you wouldn't need, because you said that 7-fight deal was worth $240 million. So if you got a 7-fight deal worth $240 million, then why are you fighting Lamont Roach and the guaranteed purse is only $5 to $7 million? You should have a guaranteed purse of at least, because you said it's 6 to 7 fight deal, worth $240 million. When does that deal kick in? That's number 1. When would that deal kick in? When does it start? So Lamont Roach, it doesn't start with. You said you're retiring when the year is over. But you got a 7-fight deal, 6 to 7 fight deal, worth $240 million. That's at least $30 million a fight. So why did you need to go to Netflix with Jake Paul to get $30 million? When you could have indeed fought Shakur Stevenson for $30 million. right? Because here's the thing. If you got a 7-fight deal worth $240 million, that's at least $34 million a fight. That would mean your guaranteed purse is more than the purse you getting to fight Jake Paul with Netflix. And even if there's a number that says that he's getting $40 million guaranteed to fight Jake Paul, right? Okay, let's say he's getting $40 million to fight Jake Paul. Well, that's a gimmick fight, right? That you have to fight above your comfortability. You have to come out your comfort zone to fight this fight, right? Because you said, and your team has stated, that you're not comfortable fighting above 135 pounds. That's what you said. You're not comfortable fighting above 135 pounds. So you have to compete against Jake Paul, right? And you're looking to make this, you going above and beyond, out your comfort zone. You said that you staying loyal to the Premier Boxing Champions, Al Heyman, the PBC, and Amazon. That's why you couldn't do the deal with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh and DAZN to fight Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson, right? So you going to go out your comfort zone to get the same exact money? So you said you're not comfortable fighting above 135 pounds. But you're going to fight Jake Paul, who wants the fight to be a sanctioned fight at least 175. That's 35 pounds north of where you're comfortable at. And you're willing to accept that. For the same amount of money, you're willing to go to a different network and turn your back on Amazon for the same amount of money you could to fight Shakur Stevenson? Because I could add, okay? We can all add. You see, you would have been getting $34 million at least. Okay? At least $34 million to fight against Shakur Stevenson. You would get at least $34 million to fight Shakur Stevenson. Guaranteed purse. Like you say, you got a 6-fight deal worth $240 million, bigger than the deal that Floyd Mayweather signed. That means, again, you would have gotten more money than Floyd Mayweather and more money that you would have made to fight Jake Paul. I don't think he even pays attention to what he says. I don't think he pays attention to what he says. This is why people have an issue with him fighting Jake Paul, because he makes statements like this that sounds ridiculous and thinks that people won't do their homework. All you got to do is your homework. If you're getting 30 to 40 million guaranteed to fight Jake Paul on Netflix and you got to go out your comfort zone to do so, and you telling people all they got to do is the math. Well, I'm doing the math. If I'm doing the math and you said, you still saying you got a 6 to 7 fight deal, but you said you're retiring after 2025. So then how is Shakur Stevenson included in this deal, 6 to 7 fight deal, when you said you're retiring in 2025? At the end of 2025, you fighting Jake Paul in the 11th month. There's only 12 months in a year. You fighting Jake Paul in the 11th month, November 14th. You ain't going to fight in December, and you said you're retiring. But that's right. After the draw with Lamont Roach, you said that you got to stick around for another 6 fights. So I gather that you're pointing to this fight. Well, if that's the case, you should start that 6 fight to 7 fight deal already and look to fight Shakur Stevenson next for the same money you fighting against Jake Paul. Make it make sense. And you won't have to come out your comfort zone. And you can still call the shots. You would be the A side against Shakur Stevenson. You can call the shots. And you don't have to leave Amazon. And you don't have to leave your weight class. Make it make sense, man. But that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.